Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Emerald with only one Volbeat and Illumise was fun, but pretty slow, so let's do a good old standard one. Today's the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Fire Red with a team of only one Krillin. Perfectly standard. Krillin is overall a very weak fighter in a game known for massive imbalances between base stats of fighters. He only learns one really good attacking move, and it's not until level 50. Plus, his ability is Early Bird, so he wakes up early. It's not bad, but it's rarely going to be useful. It's safe to say that almost everything we fight past the second gym is going to have much higher base stats than us. We are basically a baby Pokemon. Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through with the challenge, so all this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I'm honestly not sure. Our base stats are terrible compared to a lot of what we'll be fighting, and unlike with Yamcha, we don't have one strong stat to lean on for an advantage. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Krillin. I'll need other fighters to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those fighters in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only capsules, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So normally I'd use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, but for totally unknown reasons, it chose not to work, so I just picked Gohan, my rival picks Goku, and I head off to Route 21 and catch Krillin. I name him Description, because the last time I played this game, everyone asked me where I could find it, even though it was linked in the description. Or Descripto, since it doesn't fit, which sounds like the lamest comic book villain ever made. Our nature is lax, so more defense and less special defense. It really doesn't help us. Our only move is Karate Chop, but that's a decent move, and it gives us the same type attack bonus, so I can't really complain about that. I head straight for North Forest to level up for the upcoming Yajirobe fight. This place is great since almost everything here is dark type, so Karate Chop is super effective, so our low stats aren't dragging us down too much. At level 5, we learn Drunken Fist is just quick attack, so it's only 40 power. Considering Karate Chop is stronger and also 100 accuracy, we probably won't need Drunken Fist much. By the time I get to the Saiyan realm, we're level 9 and already have Zenzoken, the afterimage technique, so I decide to try Yajirobe. It was way too soon though. Even with Zenzoken to boost our evasion so we dodge a few kicks, we hardly do any damage. We're outnumbered, underleveled, and he has strong fighters. I need to grind more. It's getting a bit slow leveling here since the most experience anything gives you here is about 40, which is actually worse than Viridian Forest in regular Pokemon runs where you can at least get about 50. But the fact that I one-shot about half the stuff here still makes it better than stuff like the Shuckle or Tangela runs. At level 14, I try again. I use some of our new energy balls, but they're not really any stronger than Karate Chop. Raditz goes down, but Nappa is just too tough. I was hoping for a critical Karate Chop, but it just wasn't happening. Whatageek says that the Saiyans sometimes have battle armor as an ability, so they might negate crits. At level 16, we finally have just enough health to deal just enough damage to hardly hang on and get the victory with only 4 health left. It was close, but it could have been worse. Mount Moon itself really wasn't much of an issue, just lots of pretty weak encounters. On our way though, I took the 3-star Dragon Ball. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone ask anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. After that is Namek Town, and I'm feeling confident, so I go straight after my rival. First is Cooler, but he's part dark type, so 2 Karate Chops do the job, although we do lose some health and defense. Zarbon was our downfall, though. We missed 2 Destructo Discs. In a 1-on-4 fight, we can't afford to miss that much. I try to fight Muri, the second gym leader, but I can't even take out Ginyu, who mostly spams dash attack. I think it's becoming pretty obvious just how underpowered we are. The local grass patch is pretty annoying to level up in since there's nothing here that gives us great experience, nor gets knocked out very fast. At level 25 though, I try again. This time we land a Destructo Disc and a critical Karate Chop to take out Ginyu. His other fighter is Frieza, so he went down pretty easily thanks to being part dark type, giving us the second badge. Back to Arrival, and once again we beat Cooler about the same as last time, but this time we're able to outmuscle Zarbon with half of our health left. But then a new Zaru came out, so we lost attack power to Intimidate and quickly got taken out. I think I need to change my strategy. I try again, but this time I build up 6 afterimages right off the bat. After that, I take out Cooler and Zarbon pretty easily. Uzaru is still a beast and it takes a while to take him down, but last is Super Saiyan Goku and we hardly hurt him. We managed to bring him all the way to red health, but he only needs to land 2 hits to finish us off. He has nearly double the base stats than we do, so we need to be stronger. Finally, at level 28, after 5 more tries, I managed to beat his entire team, largely through luck. It sucks to do it that way, but if I spent hours and hours getting to a high enough level to beat him by brute force, the other gym fights might get really boring really fast. The Red Ribbon base is next, and it's a really great place for me to get a few levels off trainers who are pretty easy to take out. If anything, it'll help me get some of my money back that I've lost after whiting out so many times earlier in the run. On the SSN, there's another rival fight, and this one is incredibly similar to the previous one. In fact, his team is the same, just a slightly higher level. I don't bother with After Image, and his first 3 members go down, with us getting just below half health, but Goku has Spirit Bomb now, and it wrecks us. I decided that I may as well just fight everyone else on the SSN. Considering I can't fight them after I finish the place, I may as well beat them while I can, just for a little bit of extra experience. It'll save me time later. At level 34, I try again. Cooler is a one-shot, Zarbon gets a weak kick in before going down. We lose attack to the Uzaru, but a lucky critical Destructo Disc saves a round on fighting him, so we didn't get hurt too much, and it's on to Goku. I lay in Karate Chops hoping for critical hits as he starts hitting Kamehameha waves. Fun fact, at level 50, we learn that move, and it will be the best move we learn by level up. It's not even amazing. We get brought all the way down to 11 health, but we managed to overpower him. You know what's bad when we have to be 14 levels higher? Just to stand a chance. The trash can puzzle was extra frustrating, but it still didn't really take too long. It just feels like it. Time to get General Red's badge. First is Android 21. There's no way that's correct. There was not an Android 21. It wasn't 21 like Giro. That's probably Android 18. First is Android 18, probably, if I remember right. So we hit a Destructo Disc and an Energy Ball for a quick knockout. Android 17 gave us more trouble, hitting Energy Field to lower defense while hurting us, and drinking a Satan drink to get healthy again. We took him out, but with only 39 health to spare. Last is Android 16, but he takes us out in one rocket punch. We're not ready for him yet, but at least we don't need to beat him to make progress. Route 10 is the first route that gives us no real problems at all, but Rock Tunnel is still a pain. Solar Flare is an HM move that requires at least 10 different fighters to get, but that takes a while, so I just do it without it. It's annoying, but at least I can get it over and done with reasonably fast. Probably faster than if I tried to get the Solar Flare HM. After that, I hit up Pilaf's hideout under the West City Casino so we can make some progress back in Makio Town. Pilaf ended up being a bit of a joke, mostly due to him loving dark types and Karate Chop making pretty short work of them. That nets us the A Scouter for God's Tower. Before leaving town, I try my hand at Bulma's gym. The first form cell goes down pretty easily, but second form cell is far too tanky for us to deal with at this low of a level. Failing that, I went back to General Red's gym and lost again, this time by just one move. Progress isn't going how I expected. I go after our rival at God's Tower instead. Cooler is a one-shot with Karate Chop, and Zarbon is a two-shot, so we're in good shape. Uzaru is next, so our attack is down from Intimidate, so I start with Energy Ball. I take him out, but I get knocked all the way down to 34 health. Android 13 just used Lock On over and over for some reason, so we took him out without getting hit, and last is Super Saiyan Goku. We got him to just below half health, but even 15 levels lower than us, he took us out. Well, we just lost against all of the bosses that we could beat to make progress, so I've got no choice but to grind. The route west of Makio Town is perfect because there are tons of trainers in a small area, so it's really easy to use the Versus Seeker out here. A few levels later, we learn Power Burst, a move that raises our special attack and special defense by one stage. With that, I power up and Ki Blast my way through General Red's team easily, netting us another badge. Back to Bulma, I start using Power Burst on First Form Cell, and he hardly hurts us. After 4 Power Bursts, I one-shot him with Energy Ball. Second Form Cell hangs on from one with red health and confuses us with a Dizzy Punch. He then drank a Z drink to fully heal, but we landed another big hit twice in a row for a knockout. Last is Perfect Cell, but we hit ourselves in confusion, and he easily finishes us off with Kamehameha. Even 4 Power Bursts didn't save us. With that, we ping-ponged back to our rival again. Cooler and Zarbon were still easy. Uzaru still took 3 Energy Balls, so our health is almost the same as last time. Android 13 still wasted his time and never hit us, and it's Goku time. This time, thanks to him charging up a Spirit Bomb, we had 1 extra turn and managed to take him out. God's Tower itself is pretty easy, tons of dark types to chop through. At the end though, we got the ocarina, so we ride off, wake up, the most horrifying thing I've ever seen, and quickly get squashed by Harudagarn. Yeah, I think we'll just do Cycling Road instead. I picked up the Strength HM and went back to West City so I could fight the trainers in Capsule Corp. We're not ready for the rival in there yet, but I bet we can finally beat Bulma. I take a shot at her, and by using Power Burst 4 times, I was strong enough to blast my way through her whole team with 31 health to spare. Next is Bobbidi's gym. Pui Pui is first, and he nails us with a surprisingly strong flash attack, but one karate chop takes him down since he's a weak dark type. Yakon hangs on from a chop and drops us to half health with Crunch. He healed a bunch, but he's still 2-shot, so he can waste as many items as he wants before he goes down. Durable is third. Oh, that was Deborah. I think my program auto-completed that to Durable. Oh my god. Deborah is third, and we do about half his health and damage before he uses Demon Saber and takes us out fast. We're not going to get any further at this level, so I start hunting around the map for trainers that I skipped earlier. At level 50, we finally learn Kamehameha, our strongest move by level up. It's not amazing, but is better than Energy Ball. I decide to give Bobbidi another chance, this time using Power Burst with Kamehameha. By the time I started fighting, I'm at 4 Power Bursts and only 26 health. Pui Pui, Yakon, and Deborah are all one-shots, but last is Kid Buu, and he's incredibly fast, so he just takes us out in one hit. Back to grinding! There's still some trainers left on the map, although really not many are worth the experience, but I'll take what I can get. I try again at level 53 and chop my way all the way to Kid Buu, just for him to absolutely destroy us. This is brutal! I try my rival at Capsule Corp next. Cooler is now Super Cooler, so he's not a one-shot anymore, hitting us with a massive death ball before going down. Zarbon evolved too. He springs up early for a big kick, so I use After Image while he's in the air, but I get hit anyway, and we quickly get finished off with a Dizzy Punch. We don't stand a chance! After that brutal series of losses, it's pretty clear that we are way weaker than everything we're fighting. Stat gains after evolving are enormous in this game, so being an absolutely lowest stats first form only fighter is catching up to us hard. I went back to one of my old favorite grinding spots in the remakes, the top of Cycling Road. It's just a really easy spot to fight lots of guys with each use of your Versus Seeker, so that's why I always grind here. During the grind, I was watching Lay Calais stream her first Animal Crossing game, New Horizons. Check out her Twitch in the description. I like to help out the people who keep me entertained while I grind. Finally, after all of that, I try the 5th gym again at level 62, and I lose to Kid Buu. Stats-wise, I don't think I've ever had this big of a gap between my team and everyone else's stats. As much as I think this ROM hack is cool, it's insanely, wildly unbalanced. I probably shouldn't be doing challenges in this because of that, but hey, I felt like it. I try again at level 66, and I still lose. I try one more time, but with 6 After Images, and I win, but take half my health and damage just getting there. I'm starting to think that I can't beat this challenge. With that done, we can use the Shell Bell to call the turtle to ride to Roshi's Island. Bet you didn't see that one coming. I try his gym, but this is the 7th one, and we haven't even done the 6th one yet, so even with 6 After Images, we got hit by a Spirit Bomb from a Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So you can just guess how that went. I decided to try our rival at Capsule Corp again. We one-shot Super Cooler, we still get hit by Zarbon's diving kick, but we're healthy enough to finish him off easily after, and the Ozaru is out. His crush misses because of our After Image that we did earlier, and 2 Kamehameha waves do the trick. Super Android 13 ends up missing his dynamite kick and going down in 2 hits. This is great luck for one After Image. Last is Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and although it takes 3 hits, he once again wasted too much time with Spirit Bomb and gave us the win. With that win, we had to fight Pilaf, but as always, he is much easier than the fight right before him. The only member of his team that I didn't one-shot with a karate chop didn't hit us because he was too busy charging his special beam cannon. With that done, we can go to the... Man, it still feels so wrong seeing this here. Right, 6th gym time. Super Saiyan Goten is first, so I use Power Burst, but he crits us with Kamehameha for 43 damage, so I just finish him. Trunks is one-shot as well, as was Android 18. Last was Majin Buu, and he doesn't take much damage from Kamehameha, but he's dark, so Karate Chop finishes him right after. Easy fight for once. With that done, I grind more. Well, I do though, I want to show you something. I didn't really talk about this much in my previous Dragon Ball Z Team Training ROM hack challenge because I was doing the gag of playing the whole video straight. But now that we're acknowledging that it's a ROM hack, I have to bring up that base stats in this game are wildly unbalanced. Let's compare this to normal Pokemon. Let's take two Pokemon, one that we all know is really weak, and another that we all know is really strong. Let's pick Bulbasaur for the weak one, 318 base stats. For a strong one, let's do Charizard, where it's strong but not legendary, base stats of 534. So that's a base stats gap of 216. That's pretty big, but let's compare that to Dragon Ball Z Team Training, where almost everything has a gap like that, or bigger with us. We're Krillin, base stats of 253. That's about a Zubat. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, one of our rivals fighters who's not fully evolved, has a base stats of 530. So we're weaker than Bulbasaur, and he's about as strong as Charizard. But it gets worse, because Goku keeps evolving, getting a base stats of 620 if made Super Saiyan 4, and a base stats of 720 if also fused with Vegeta. Krillin just stays at 253 no matter what. I know my challenges are about doing stuff the way it isn't meant to be done, but this really was not meant to be done. At level 75, I try Roshi's gym again. This time I used 4 power bursts until my health was getting a bit too low for my liking, then I swept through his team with Kamehameha. It wasn't hard, but that grind was brutally slow. The 8th and final gym was also a sweep. This time I actually took no damage. It's just peel off again, and he's a dark type trainer in a game where fighting is basically the default type, so it's easy. Rival time again before the Dragon League. He starts with the Golden Uzaru now, so not only is one of his biggest threats out first, but we do the whole fight with less attack power. Wrath messes us up fast, so we just Kamehameha him down. For Zarbon, I started spamming our after images. He uses Counter a ton, a move that only works if I hit him with a physical move first, so I managed to get my 6 after images easily. Then I get all 6 power bursts. Yes, I needed to use 12 power-ups. After that, I get hit by Dizzy Punch, hit myself in confusion twice, so I almost faint, then use Kamehameha to sweep through Zarbon, Super 13, Metal Cooler misses the dash attack that would have knocked me out, and he went down, and last, Super Saiyan Goku and Perfect Cell got one shot too. When I have to max out my special attack, special defense, and evasion just to win a fight that is not the hardest fight in the game, you know that we are way too weak. By the time I got to the Dragon League, with the aid of a turtle suit to boost my experience a bit, turtle suit's basically a lucky egg, we're at level 77 and these stats are really low. I mean, level 45 fighters that are fully evolved probably have higher attack than we do. If I'm gonna win this thing with anything other than luck, I'm gonna need to grind hard. First, I grind from a high level 77 to level 80 on Wild Fighters in Victory Road. The level gap is big, but it doesn't take long to gain what is basically just 2¼ levels off them. After that, I start using the first Kai of the Dragon League to grind more, since his fighters give us more experience and he's not too bad. We faint a lot in the process though. They're about 30 levels lower than us and they're still stronger than us. Doing that while watching YouTube for a while gets us to level 85. Here's our stats again. It's still not great, but it might work. Make your final guesses on if we can win or not. I'm gonna guess no. Let's do this. First is East Kai. She starts with Aqua, and are you ready for some of the most insane luck that you've ever seen? I use only 1 after image, and then while I set up my 3 power bursts, I didn't get hit a single time, even with some of his higher accuracy moves. After that, I swept her whole team with Kamehameha. That was crazy. It was way harder in grinding. You have no idea how lucky that was. Second is South Kai. First is Torby, so I start using after images because I know his energy punches will mess me up. It took tons of tries, but finally I got this run where the after images paid off early, and he only hit us 2 times by the time that we got our after images and a few power bursts. We still almost fainted though. After that, we Kamehameha him down and sweep through Tapion, Spopovich, King Cold, and lastly a Golden Uzaru thanks to a critical hit. Third is West Kai. Peakon is first, so I start with a few power bursts while Peakon was also powering up, then used Kamehameha to one-shot him. As Piccolo came out, I knew that I had a chance to top off my power burst since he just uses weak energy moves. As soon as he sprang up though, I used an after image and dodged his kick before one-shotting him. Second form, Garlic Jr. hits a strong headbutt, but we took him down easily, and we actually outsped Kid Buu and one-shot him as well. Last is the absolutely terrifying pseudo-legendary ghost, second form Hirudegarn, but we got insanely lucky and one-shot him with a critical hit. He probably could have one-shot us from full health. Fourth is North Kai. Olabu is first, but he's another guy who likes to use counter a lot, so once again, I start with power bursts to get strong. I know the rest of North Kai's team is absolutely ridiculous, so I need firepower. 3 power bursts in, and I take him out with Kamehameha. Second is Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and he hangs on from the tiniest of tiny slivers, nails a big Dragon Rush, heals with a Senzu Bean, and I take him out in 2 more hits. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is out next, and we get wildly lucky with a critical Kamehameha for a one-shot. Super Saiyan Gogeta is next, and we hit reasonably hard before going down in 1 Dragon Rush. Fusion characters are pretty much pseudo-legendaries. A few tries later and I managed to get 6 after images and 6 power bursts again, then sweep through with Kamehameha. It's insane that I actually have to resort to that just to win, but to be honest, it's required. His final fighter is Super Saiyan Vegito, and he's faster than us. 1 energy punch would have ended us. Finally, it's the Dragon League champion, our rival. Golden Uzaru is out first, so I start spamming after image right away. You can probably guess that I lost this tons of times before this run. And you'd be right. 6 after images in, and I start using Power Burst. Wrath misses us a lot, and can confuse him due to fatigue from time to time, so it's pretty nice. After 2 bursts, I take him out in 2 Kamehameha waves, but not before getting hit by another Wrath, going down to only 20 health. Second is Zarbon, his weakest member, so I played risky and get another 2 much-needed power bursts before taking him out. Third is Super Android 13, but he goes down in 1 hit. Fourth is Metal Cooler, who's probably faster than me on a bad day, but he uses dash attack to guarantee priority, misses, and we take him out. Fifth is Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and he hangs on, misses his own Kamehameha, eats a Senzu Beam, then goes down to our own Kamehameha wave. Last is Perfect Cell, but he goes down in 1 hit, somehow getting us into the Hall of Fame. It's always really fun going back to Dragon Ball Z team training, but man, that was one absolutely brutal challenge. That last fight legit took me hours to get a successful attempt of. Like, this is one of the hardest Pokemon challenges I've ever done. Anyway, for next Saturday's Pokemon Challenge, I think I'll have this Zubat one done next. I started working on it, and amazingly enough, while doing my Zubat challenge, Jaro's uploaded a video where he was talking about what he thinks is going to be the top 10 hardest challenges to do for solo Pokemon in Red and Blue. And the 4th hardest to him is Zubat, so that's a weird coincidence. I guess I'll shout out his video when I finally get finished that one. And my god, I hope I get it done in time for you guys for next Saturday. It helps I've already started a little bit. I'm rambling, sorry. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments and on Twitter as for what I should do next. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. If you want to see me do more challenges like this, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. I can always use more ideas from you guys on what I should do next. Also, check out the playlist in the description if you want to watch all the Pokemon challenges that I've already uploaded. If you guys want to see more Pokemon stuff from me, my friend What a Geek and I are doing a Gen 1 randomizer over on his channel, linked in the description. Also, come to my Twitch TV streams and tell me that this video sent you. It's always cool to hear how you found the channel. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.